You want me to move this down?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
I'm like, I said, I'm Butch. I wasn't paying attention to what they were saying, so. But then they started hollering Butch Cassidy. Like, Butch Cassidy! I'm like, what the hell is these people hollering at? And I turned around, they started talking to me, and I'm like, what? Then I thought to myself, I said, damn, that sounds kind of cool. So, Snoop said, you the man? We go. First he asked me what was my name going to be, because the album was done.
Right.
And I said, Butch something. I forgot the name that I was going to be, but he was like, nah.
Butch the Bitch, something like that?
No. It might have been Butch the MG or something, the musical genius or something like that. And he was like, nah, that's
so you don't think that quick off the top of your head. Go ahead.
Nah, he was like, that ain't gonna work. But when he said Butch Cassidy, I said, I think I like that. So we went with that. And it worked for me and it worked for him. And we dropped the first single called G'd Up. But before all that, my good friend Kevin that hooked it up, he said he wanted to go out to eat or something. And I asked him, I said, where you want to go? You name it. I'm like, anywhere you want to go. I'm going to pay for everything. I got 5,055 cents. So whatever you want to eat, we can do that.
Yeah.
And he chose a restaurant that would only take the 55 cents. He wanted to go to Del Taco.
I could have said anywhere.
Anywhere.
I went to the cheapest place you could have found.
You could have said Morton Steakhouse. Del Taco is what he wanted. The worst tacos in the world.
Yeah, and to this day, yeah, they are the worst, yeah.
So, and to this day, we still got to pick another restaurant where we can eat something good, because that Del Taco ain't gonna work.
So what you're saying, if I can boil this down, you owe me a good dinner.
Correct.
Or a good lunch or something.
Dinner. Let's do dinner.
Yeah, I undershot my what I should have said, you know. But back then, you know, Del Taco was fine with me. Did you pay?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
I mean, come on.
Thank you for that.
It was less than 55 cents. You got to understand, back then, that was 1999.
Right. So I don't have to pay that back, is what you're saying?
No, I don't want no 35, 40 cents, no, nothing like that. Man, I think you got the tacos, they were about 20 cents back then.
Yeah.
And they were about big as your pinky. And with a strip of meat, it looked like a piece of paper at the bottom of the taco. It was just horrible. But I didn't want none.
Yeah. Well, you didn't get anything.
Nope. I'm not a Del Taco freak.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Oh no, don't try to get away. Before we close this out, we got more stories to tell. Cause my good friend Kevin one day, he said, guess what, Butch? I said, what's up, Kev? I'm gonna write you a song. And I said, let me go back a little bit, because I came by his house that day and I had a cane.
There you go.
I had a cane, and he said, uh-oh. I said, yeah, I just been walking with this lately, you know. And I don't know why you were speaking about that cane, and how did we get on?
I said to you, are you okay? Because I was worried because you had a cane. I thought you were injured.
Right.
And you said, I'm okay. That's my pimp cane.
Right.
I said, what do you mean, pimp cane? I'm a pimp.
Right. Right.
And I said,
that's the name of the song.
That's going to be a good song.
Mm-hmm. And I told you to write it.
I said, I've never written a song before.
To which I responded with, nobody's ever written a song until they wrote it.
Exactly. So I wrote it. You know, I wrote, I think, in 15 minutes.
All right. Tell us all about it. What happened?
Oh, now you're interviewing me. Shoes on the other foot.
Right.
So I said, I'll give it a shot. I've never written a song before, but those words ring in my ears to this day. Well, nobody's written a song until they've written a song.
Right.
Sat down on my computer. Within 15 minutes, I came up with this thing, and I didn't know how to write a song. I knew nothing about structure, so I just basically wrote it like a poem. Tried to rhyme some stuff, and then you were busy or something. You were working with was it El DeBarge or somebody? Huh?
Yeah, I guess so, if that's what you want to say. Yeah, Elder Barge and his brother, who was the guy that was married to Janet Jackson? The other DeBarge.
Bobby DeBarge.
Bobby. I was in the studio with El and Bobby.
Oh wow, he was legendary. He passed away. Bobby DeBarge?
No, not Bobby. That's not the one that was married to Janet.
Oh,
Bobby was, There'll Never Be.
They'll never be. Yeah, he was.
He was the oldest.
There was El DeBarge.
So he was a switch.
Right.
So it was El and the other one.
Well, couldn't be Bunny because that's a woman. Bunny DeBarge. Who was the other one?
He was married to Janet. We'll look it up when we get through.
Maybe I'll have my assistant. Assistant. Hello.
No assistant.
Yeah.
What was the barge that was married to Janet Jackson?
She's good at Google searching.
I know it's El, and Bobby is the one that died.
Right.
And Netflix got a movie on Bobby DeBarge.
James.
James DeBarge.
James DeBarge. There you go.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I was in the studio with El and James. And James told me a lot of stuff, and I don't think we should say it in your book, because,
Oh, really? Stuff probably I don't even know.
yeah, something about him and Janet. So.
You can tell. It's not like we're being recorded.
Oh, yeah, right.
This won't go.
Well, he told me that him and Janet had a kid. And that's been a secret in Hollywood for the longest. They have a daughter. And, the Jacksons was keeping that really private because nobody thought Janet Jackson had a kid. But her and Bobby was James was supposedly had one. And this night at the studio that he was telling me this, he was in tears. And he was like, yeah, but I had a kid with Janet. It's a girl. But the Jacksons don't want to, because he ended up on drugs and all that. And you know how the Jackson family
Yeah.
allegedly. But
yeah, nice to put that in there. You're not going to be sued.
yeah,
Allegedly.
allegedly they have a kid, and allegedly he was on drugs. So the Jacksons didn't want that info out there. They kept it a secret. So
Oh.
it's supposed to be a girl somewhere around here that belongs to Janet and James.
Ooh.
So right about now, she'll probably be about 40 years old. No, late 30s.
Okay.
Okay, where were we at?
Okay. So we covered the East Siders.
Oh, Pimp Cane.
Oh, Pen came. Yeah. So for some reason, you weren't available to record it.
Right.
And I said, I want to record this thing. So Kevin Nash, who works for KJLH Radio, I went to him and I went over to his studio in Inglewood. And he created the track. He said, what do you want? And I want something like, he just came up with things. I told him I want guitars, just the instruments I wanted. He was brilliant how he put it together. He came up with that. And he sang on it. Kevin Nash, giving up my Pimp King.
He has a good voice.
Yeah, he does. He really does.
Yeah, I heard him.
Not every DJ has a good singing voice. You know who doesn't have a good singing voice?
Theo.
You're trying to spare my feelings.
Theo.
God bless you.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah, cover your ass and all this stuff. So he records it. Did a damn good job on it. And then eventually I got it on iTunes and everything. And over the years, I don't know. the longest time it was just out there, but not really
But
out there.
who was the song originally for?
I wanted that for Butch Cassidy, but being the busy man that he was
Yeah,
at the time and still is,
allegedly.
he he allegedly doesn't have time for me.
Well, I'm just playing games, you know, messing with Kev, giving him a hard time. Yeah, they recorded the song and it sounded good, so we left it alone, and that was that. I never ended up recording it. I might listen to it again one day. I might redo it, see if I can outdo it. Yeah, that's what I
That'd be
do.
great if you do that.
I might do that.
Then I've written a new song. It's called Sidecar. But we can name it anything you want.
No, we're gonna name it Sidecar.
And then after we're done with this interview, I'm going to show you those lyrics or that poem and see if we can make that into a song. I'll let you be the judge of that. And you'll be like, well, Kev, you know, in Butch style, it's nice. It's, it's pretty, but I don't know if that could be something. But or you might just say the opposite. Say like, I think we're onto something, but we'll see.
Now, you said it's Sidecar. Is it about a car?
No, I don't even know why I call it Sidecar. We can name it anything you want. The theme to Butch Cassidy.
I want to hear it.
Okay, I'll show it to you. I don't have anything. I don't have a track. Nothing. I just got words. But that's how Gizmo at Pitcairn started, with just words.
Just
And
words.
it, all of a sudden it got a track to it, and it got a singer to it, Kevin Nash. And then once again, to reiterate and emphasize, I will not be singing. Because I was told by my good friend Butch Cassidy, don't sing. True?
Yeah, I told him that.
Yeah.
He's good with his voice talking. He's the #1 DJ in the world. We've never heard a better voice. And that belongs to Kevin with the voice. Nobody can
Just
beat
talk, don't sing.
Yeah, just talk.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, don't let him sing, because you might think his deep voice might sound something like Barry White, but it don't.
Right on, baby. Right
So,
on. It's just the way it is.
show you right.
Show you right.
Yeah. Wasn't that the name of the song? No, it wasn't Show You Right. Secret Garden.
Secret Garden, Practice What You Preach. He had a bunch of them. So my story, Holiday Cool Down, 92.3 The Beat, would have like a guest host. And I don't remember all the particulars, but I'm on stage with Barry White. And me, the way I look and the way he looks, there's no question, you can't mistake the one for the other. It's not like we look identical without me going at you. And so we both start talking. And then the audience, people in the audience are going like, their eyes got wide, and they're going like, oh my God, which one's talking first? Because I guess I sounded just like him, That was a funny moment.
Yeah, wow. You got a deep voice.
And
Barry White had a deep one too.
you know what we can do now?
What?
Talk about your new music.
Oh, no.
No,
We can
you
talk
don't.
about the new music. Yeah, we can.
You can say something's coming out. You don't have to say anything other than, by the way, I have new music coming out.
Well, by the way,
Yeah.
Kevin wants
Allegedly?
Allegedly, I have a new album coming out on Death Row. Dad spoke on it on a show called Drink Champs.
Okay.
And it might be an EP or it's an album. I know Snoop was telling me that he wanted to do an EP first, but we'll see, because I have like 15 songs for it.
Yeah.
So if we do an album, then it's gonna be about 11 songs, and if we do an EP, it'll probably be 5 or 6.
Okay. Now, WAWG.
We all we got.
We all we got.
Yeah, the new Dogtown album that came out March 31st of this year, 2024.
Oh, allegedly.
Allegedly, I had 2 songs on it. No, 3. Inside of Her was one.
Yeah.
I know you all like that title.
I played that one.
After Hours was the other. And I can't think of the other one, but it says.
How can you not think of it? You did it.
I know, but you know that the names they be coming up with for these songs,
I know.
and they all spelled different. And, it's crazy, but it's 3 songs featuring Butch Cassidy. So if you get that album, go out there and get it and check it out.
You know what I love on that album? LA Kind of Love.
I'm gonna have to listen to that one again.
Yeah.
Who did the hook?
I think
Was it October?
no. Was it somebody from Black Eyed Peas? It wasn't Will I Am. There's a version with Will I Am.
Right.
There's somebody from Black Eyed Peas, the female that did the vocal on that.
I gotta hear it again.
Yeah.
Cause I only listened to the album like twice all the way through. And the rest of the time I'm just always listening to my songs. But I can do that. So
Yeah. So that's my favorite new album, WAWG. But that'll be number 1 until your album comes out. Then that'll go to 2nd place.
yeah, I got some crazy titles on my album too.
Are they slow jams or a little bit of everything?
That it's mostly slow and mid tempo, not
Okay.
too many fast ones. Matter of fact, I only did 1 fast song.
Did you do any samples?
No. All original.
Yeah. Because October, his latest song, sampled the Stylistics "Hurry Up This Way."
Hurry up this way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it always amazes me how you, October, Snoop, Daz Grubb, come up with something to sample that sounds fresh and new.
Right.
That's been going on for a long time, going back to Notorious B.I.G., where he sampled the Isley Brothers.
Right. And I don't think Kevin remembers back when they put out the his G-Funk Classics Volume 1 and 2. When
I'm on there.
I was getting to that.
I'm on Dirty Hoes Drugs.
Yeah, Dirty Hoes Drugs was the name of the song. And when you was doing that, I was around, but we really didn't know each other then. So, but I had met you back then. But it really, I hadn't did too many songs or anything back then, so it was really nothing to talk about. But we had met.
So we really knew each other before we knew each other.
Yeah, but we
Right.
really didn't know we knew each other.
Right.
So, because I was around the Nate Dogg days. So, may he rest in peace. And
Yeah.
one of the greatest, well, he is the greatest hook singer hip hop has ever.
There's not even a second, you know?
And I don't even have to say allegedly on that.
But he was always so kind to me, and I don't remember where I recorded that. The part on that.
I don't either, Kevin.
Probably Can-Am Studios.
You sure you didn't do it at home or nothing like that?
Where?
Or did you go to Nate's house?
No.
Or did you record it at your home?
I recorded that with, that's where I'm talking to that guy back and forth, you know, and in the intro.
I forgot who you
I'm pretty sure, I know we recorded it at Death Row Records or at Can-Am Studios in Tarzana.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you didn't go to Death Row, did you? Did you ever meet Suge?
Yeah.
Did he hit you?
No, I was too fast. No,
Allegedly.
I allegedly.
Allegedly.
We don't want to be sued. But I'll tell you the Suge Knight stories.
Just one.
Okay, one, and I'll make it a big long one, okay?
Go ahead.
Okay, you got time?
Mhm.
I met Snoop, and he said, I've never been to the beat. Can I come over? I said, absolutely. The program director was Keith Naftali. And I went to him and I had to make sure it was okay. I said, can I bring Snoop here? He goes, are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
Kevin James is going to bring Snoop Dogg to the radio station. I said, yes. He goes, unbelievable.
Mm.
He said, when? I said, tonight, maybe around 9 or 10 o'clock. So, you know, Snoop being the perfect person on time,
Mm.
got there at 11.
Mm.
So he comes in, and I told Snoop, I said, I gave you a dad music, and I didn't want you to think that I'm asking for anything in return. He goes, don't you worry about it. First thing he does, he goes into the studio and records drops. Then he's doing these drops, but he's doing drops like he was a rapper, which he was, by the way. But when he got to mine, he started doing it like a rapper. I said, Snoop, hold on, time out, stop recording. I'm a slow jam DJ, it has to be like a slow jammish type of presentation.
Right.
He says, look who's trying to be a producer. He says, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then he did it perfectly.
Oh, okay.
Then, he wanted to go on the radio with Lisa Canning. He was doing Night Beat. I said, oh my God. I said, what did I get you into? He said, no, I want to really do that. He goes on the air with Lisa Canning. Well, somewhere in the neighborhood was this guy named Suge Knight.
Mm.
He didn't like the fact that Snoop was on the radio and doing something without his permission.
Mm.
He comes to the Yucca Street where the studio was. They wouldn't let him in, so he said, I'll just break the gate down. So he broke the gate down. The big metal gate, how he got in there, I don't know. I opened the door, knocked on the door, let him in, and it was Suge, and then he goes into the production studio and starts talking to Snoop. Allegedly talking, but it was very loud. There was a lot of screaming, and it was mostly from Suge Knight. After like 15, 20 minutes, Snoop comes out, and I said, are you okay? He says, what do you mean? I said, I heard screaming, I heard yelling. He goes, oh, that's Suge just being Suge. So I said, look what I got you into. He says, don't you worry about it, Kevin. Then later, Suge asked me to make music for him, which I did. And I never had a problem with Suge Knight.
Mm.
He never allegedly beat me up, nothing. Did he ever hit you?
No. Allegedly. Never hit me. Never thought about it. Oh!
There you go.
But I recorded a song I did with Nate on his album. It's called Scared of Love.
Oh, I love Scared of Love.
Okay. We recorded that. Suge heard it. And me and Nate had came back from one of his his main court case, and they had told him that, he was not guilty. So he told me to ride with him to Suge's house, and I was like, Suge's house? Why would we do that? I mean, there's nothing else we could do. I mean, I don't want to go to Suge's house.
Can we meet in a neutral spot?
I mean, like, come on. He was like, come on, man, you're gonna be all right. You with me, come on. So we went to Suge's house. I said, okay, this is gonna be an adventure. So when we got there, him and Nate went upstairs, and I stayed downstairs, and they was shooting pool. And I heard Nate telling him, he was like, that's my cousin down there, the one that did the song that you like, called Scared of Love. And then I heard Suge came over and looked down at me. Oh, what's going on, homie? I'm fine, Chuck. Everything is great. I don't need anything. I'm just waiting. Okay, man. You can come up here. No, I'll be fine right here. I'm gonna just stay watching TV, Mr. Knight. So he went back over and he started talking to Nate. And he said, man, your cousin got talent. Tell him I'll give him $40,000 a day to sign with Death Row. And then I heard that and I said, man, you ought to go upstairs.
Hello, Mr. Knight.
Mr.
I
Knight.
might have been a little bit hasty.
So right after that, maybe 30 minutes later, Nate came down. He said, let's go. And we got in the car and he said, I already know you heard what he said. And let me talk to you. And that was at the time when everybody was leaving Death Row. So he was like, right now would not be the time for you to want to sign with them. I know you heard that 40,000 in your eyes got big. Oh, just a little. So, but he let me know that would not be the right move at that time, and I was glad because Dre had just left. Then Nate left. Then Snoop. So I would have been over there with like me and Daz and Rage, and that wouldn't have been a good scene. So I stayed away from it. So Mr. Knight wanted to sign me at one time.
I like how you say Mr. Knight.
Yeah, Mr. Knight wanted to sign me at one time, in case they ever let him out of jail. So, you know, and he hear this interview. Because I don't think I'd whoop his ass allegedly. But the whole thing is, I was offered a contract at Death Row. So that's some stuff that they never heard. Now, I only give it to you, Kevin.
Okay.
I never told you that.
You never told me that, so I'm just finding out.
I wanted to save it for this.
Like you knew we were going to do this. Yeah, go ahead.
It's exclusive. I wanted to give you some stuff that people never heard.
Yeah.
So, but I was offered a deal at Death Row.
You didn't take it? You didn't want to get into bed with Suge, so to speak?
No. That was not a good. When Dre left, I already knew the magic was leaving. So, because if I was at Death Row, I would have wanted Dre to do my album. I mean, he's the #1 producer in the world.
There you go.
So, and I'll cuss out anybody that disputes that. Tell me which producer is better.
Dre's the best. I'm going to interject my story.
Go ahead.
When I used to go to Can-Am Studios, and the first time I went there is because Snoop asked me for a song by the Jones Girls. What was the name of that song? Do You Get Enough Love? And Snoop wanted to turn that into a song, which he did. You Smoke Enough Bud. That was my first time going to Can-Am Studios, which would later be named Death Row.
Right.
So I took it over there, and I'm standing at the desk, the sign-in desk, and I'm standing next to Tupac. And we exchanged pleasantries. Actually gave me a cap, and I don't know where that cap is, but I kind of know, I can't say right now, but I don't have it.
Right.
Possibly a female has it, I'm just saying. Okay, so that was my introduction to Tupac, and I went in and recorded with this guy, and that's what ended up on the album with Nate, Dirty Hose Draws. And I was surprised. I made it on his 2 CD set, G Funk Classics.
You sure did. And I really liked what you did.
So I fell into stuff just by being at the right place at the right time.
And now everybody wants you on the album.
And Yeah, up to this day, I'm doing the drops and the dog pound. Dad's called me the other day, and I'm gonna be on his album. So, my wife, you see what that is? If the dogs get in trouble, she sprays that water bottle.
No shock collar, just this.
So, if you get out of hand, I'm just telling you what could happen.
What's in there? Just water?
Just water.
The dogs don't like it?
Mm-mm.
No, they don't like the spray.
You know, like I try to squirt them in the face so that they know. You know, like, hey, who likes to get squirted in the face? Nobody.
But you're okay because you can put the mask on, you really
Yeah,
wouldn't
there you
feel
go.
it.
Covered by
So
it.
if you want to say something out of line, then
Well, but it might go in my eye.
I won't squirt.
it's just water.
I just met you. I won't squirt you. Not this time.
Yeah, you act up.
Like
I'm just telling you what could happen.
I have 4 boys.
Um,
I'm used to boys.
No girls?
1 in the middle.
Okay.
what else can we talk about? I mean, this has been great stuff.
Man, we went over stuff that we wasn't even knowing we was gonna talk
Yeah,
about.
what I didn't realize that Snoop drove to Long Beach and put some cash in your hand. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Those were
Just a
some good
personal
days.
question. Did I get anything out of that?
No. You always say you don't want nothing. And that's why I always
When
say I
people
don't
say
want
that,
nothing.
they're just being polite.
Well, I've been
I
being
really-
polite for all these years.
Yeah, I really wanted something. No, I'm just kidding. You're my friend. I would never take any money from you. I did send you money today, by the way, for gas.
Yeah, you did, huh?
Yeah.
No, that's for the song. I told you whatever it is for the song, throw it on.
Well, I did it just because you
And
need
you
gas
didn't let
money.
me see the song either yet.
Well, that's when we're done with this. I'll let you see it because it's on my phone.
On this phone?
On this phone, yeah. So
Okay.
we'll look at it, and you can say yay or nay.
Why would you put
You know-
a song on the phone? You know, we still old school. We write it. Pen and paper.
No, I'm new school.
Okay.
You know,
Allegedly.
you
Allegedly, you new school.
you youngsters sometimes are not up to the
Is he
technology.
new school?
He tries to be.
Okay. What's that?
I asked her if you were new school, and she said you try to be.
I keep up with the technology. I do follow some of the newer artists. Name some new artists you like. Why do you look at me like that?
If you want me to name, I don't like any new artists.
Well, you're just like me, that you know.
Which one you like?
I mean, like Bruno Mars is okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, you turned your nose up in the
Well,
October London.
October London.
yeah, he got a couple of songs.
Have you talked to him?
Yeah.
Did I not
talked to him
suggest
a
you
few-
work together?
Yeah, I talked to him maybe 3 times. I ran into him at the studio. We talked about doing something, but we haven't got to it yet.
That'd be magical, you two together.
Yeah.
Are you okay with that?
Mhm.
Was he okay with that?
Mhm. We chopped
Well,
it
I need to
up.
push that button. I need to push your button and push his button.
Well, when we get in the right
I
song,
want to be an instigator.
don't you come down there and introduce it? You know, you could say something on the song that we and him gonna do.
Oh, I'd love to do that, yeah.
Yeah. So how did you run across Prime?
Run across who?
Prime.
Prime. That I don't remember. How did I meet Optimistic Prime?
Ooh.
So you're friends.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have to ask him how we first met. Do you remember when you did?
No, all I know is you told me he was coming over to help you with something on your computer. To help you with the,
Yeah, I don't
you know,
know.
with the paperwork and whatever. To, you know what I mean.
Oh, yeah. But yeah.
I saw you.
But I don't know.
At the funeral with him.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of you and him in the car.
Yeah, Joe Cool. Yeah. What a shame. I got beautiful pictures with Juanita and Joe
Yes,
Cool and
he's
me.
a sweetheart. Made me laugh.
Oh,
He's a good guy.
Never saw him without a smile on his face.
Did you? He came over here?
I saw him at the compound.
Oh, okay.
You ever talk to the game?
Oh, I haven't talked to the game in years.
Yeah.
Since I was at the studio with him. Maybe. Yeah.
Funny story. The concert that was in Long Beach, I forget what was it called?
The one at the Queen Mary. They put it on in the summertime in the LBC, maybe? It was one of those.
Yeah, anyway. We went to that. And so what is my point here?
I don't know.
Oh, well, he was gonna get up and introduce the dog pound,
Yeah.
say his little skit.
But the microphone system the system went bad. And I didn't get to do that.
But I know he wants me to tell it because
Oh,
we were walking.
there we go. There's the story.
He
Can you hear?
Mm-hmm.
he goes, no, I'm good.
Okay.
One of the guards, when Snoop's at a concert, they're all over there, and it's kind of blocked in, and then everybody else is over there.
Right.
So we were leaving that little area,
And
and
the
one of
little
the
trailer
security
that Snoop
guards,
was in.
but the whole little area is blocked off for Snoop
Right.
and his people, to hang out there. And then you walk out of that, and then you're by where the other people are that are in the concert. So anyway, goes, hey Kevin, where are you going? You're like, where are you going? Why are you leaving here? Oh, I wanted to go look for the game because he had mentioned him in some interview or something.
Okay.
And he goes, well, Kevin, he's just right here, right behind you.
Mm-hmm.
So
And they're walking fast.
yeah, we're walking, in stride, and you don't want to be bothered, you're walking. Their faces, everybody's facing forward. And then Kevin goes, hey, game, it's Kevin Slow Jam James. And he stops mid-stride and he turns around and looks at Kevin. And the other guys, I swear to God, they bumped into each other. Like they were
Like a cartoon, yeah.
and he goes, I only stopped for two people. That's God and Kevin Slow Jam James. So I asked him if I could quote him for his book.
Wow.
I got a picture of him, but they sat there and talked for a minute and stuff. So I thought that was just so cool because they just bumped into
Yeah.
each other.
Because it's just like a train stop, like all of a sudden they pull the emergency brake on the car, you're like, oh.
Game is cool though. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't talked to him much since, but
When I talked to Corrupt, he told me he had just talked to you. He called me about 2 weeks ago.
yep. 7 o'clock in the morning, my phone rings. Guess what I'm doing at 7 o'clock in the morning?
What was you doing?
Sleeping.
Oh, I didn't
And then-
know you sleep. You're always up.
Pretty much. It was corrupt. So we talked for a long time. I don't even remember what the purpose of this call was, but we had a really good conversation.
I know. 'Cause when y'all got off the phone, he called me around like 8:30, and
Yeah,
we
so-
talked to about 10 something. He wouldn't get off the phone now.
Also, he did the same thing you did to me.
Yep. He started playing songs and telling me to sing them. I was like, Corrupt, are you serious? I'm finna hang up.
You know, he and I go all the way back to Philly. He was with a record label called, which was his own label, Wall Street Records. So I'm teaching you some new stuff, right?
Yeah, I never heard of that.
And I went to visit my mom in Philadelphia. And I said, I'm gonna go meet with my friend, Corrupt. And she goes, what kind of name is Corrupt? I said,
I rap now.
he's corrupt, allegedly. So, corrupt with a K. Anyway, he ordered me a cheesesteak, and we just talked and chopped it up. And it was really, really good because, he was from Philly. At that time, I was living in D.C., my mom was living in Philadelphia. So it gave me an opportunity to go to his label, Wall Street Records. Well, anyway, somebody, and I don't remember who it was, said, Kevin, I know you were talking to Corrupt. Can you get him to come to LA. I said, I'll try. So I talked to Corrupt. I said, hey, they want you to come to LA. And eventually he did. So I
this
guess,
was before Death Row?
yeah.
Oh,
So I guess I keep forgetting about that to be in my book, but it'll be in my book because I'm just doing it right now.
right.
But I
This
guess
will
I
help
was
you remember.
instrumental in getting him from Philadelphia to LA. Then all the magic started happening.
Mhm.
And I don't know how long Corrupt has known Daz and vice versa. Do you know?
I think they met like right before the first Chronic record came out in '92, so they might have met like in '91.
Okay.
So that's that.
That's a good pairing.
Yes,
Daz Dillinger and Corrupt.
the Dog Pounders.
And then you know who gave them their nicknames, right?
Oh, Snoop.
No.
You?
No. Tupac. Call him Young Gotti.
Oh,
Corrupt Young Gotti. And then I guess that's where the name Daz Dillinger
Dillinger.
came from.
mm-hmm.
There's some history in this conversation.
It is. We put some new stuff in there other than just what we were talking about. Yeah. So.
It's kind of amazing because, you know, I do R&B and how I got infiltrated into the rap hip hop game. It puzzled me for a while. Then I realized rappers like the old school music.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they use to sample, and I go, oh, there's the tie-in. I'm playing some of the rare stuff because I was known for playing the B-sides, which to me is really the A-side. You know, they're the better tracks, right?
Right.
I found the songs that were buried into albums that did not get airplay,
Right.
and people with the beat didn't like that. We don't like what you're playing. They said, but you got good ratings, so just keep doing what you're doing.
Right.
And here I am today on Snoop Dogg's Cadillac Music, the Lit Live app.
You've been on that for like 10 years now, haven't you?
Yeah, before it was Dash Radio. Yeah, and I think I moved from San Diego in 2015, and this is 2024, so that was 9 years ago that I moved from San Diego. And the reason I moved from San Diego, Snoop called me, and he called me and he said, Kevin James, Dash Radio, Cadillac Music. I said, don't know what you're saying. You could just be saying snizzle, whizzle, my dizzle, whizzle.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what you're saying. He said, I want you to come to LA. I go to LA.
Mm.
Got me a nice little apartment, expensive because I was in Santa Monica. Then I realized I left my job in San Diego. I was making $48,000 a year, or 40,000. And I go like, I can only pay 1 month's rent. I said, what am I gonna do now? I'm not getting paid. So I called Snoop. He says, oh, talk to Kevin Barkey, my manager, or whoever he was at the time, because Shantae's now his manager. So Kevin Barkey, they started paying me from Snoop's people. It escapes me who they are, but it doesn't make any difference in this story. Then he said, I'm gonna put you over to Dash Radio and they'll pay you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the way it's been ever since, till now.
Mm.
Butch Cassidy, I'm not making enough money.
Right.
But thank God I have other income, but what I make the same amount today as I did 9 years ago. I deserve a raise.
Right. Who would you talk to for that?
Well, the problem is, at Lit Live, formerly Dash Radio, I'm the only DJ that's paid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and everybody else, I used to doing it for free.
What
Or
about that then?
he gets paid by Snoop.
Oh,
Daddy V gets paid by.
was that the dog? Oh, okay.
He's complaining.
Oh, he wanna come in.
He talks. My dog talks.
He complains. Hey, are you guys
Make
hungry?
him say Butch Cassidy.
Are you guys hungry? I made spaghetti.
No, you said you was making fudge.
You gotta give me, he has to give me like the day before. If he would have told me
She's
yesterday.
coming back on me.
Yeah, it is, because he knows. So what I'm suggesting is, tomorrow starts a new week, correct? So one day next week, maybe, I don't know your work schedule, I don't know your schedule.
I gotta send it to you.
But no, he can come to the studio to your show. From like 4 to 8, you can come whatever time you want, but you pick a day, you come and pick up Kevin.
What do you think?
You guys go to the studio to do
You
a
come
show.
to the
You
compound.
be like his guest
Oh.
DJ,
Oh.
guest on the show or whatever, and you can talk a little bit on the show, during the show, or whatever. I want him to start doing that, because he has to go to the compound, he has to go in. He needs the exercise, he needs or whatever.
And plus,
But
we
this
can
way,
record videos and put them on YouTube.
yeah, and then if you guys, if I know you're coming, I can make you some fudge. Do you like toffee? I make a really good,
Yeah.
really good almond toffee.
I love toffee.
It's another old recipe too, so.
What's it?
The toffee, you know, the
Toffee,
toffee
oh,
with
yeah.
that almond toffy?
Yeah, because I don't eat candy and sweets.
No. So, yeah, I'd be glad to make some, but I just have to know.
I just eat Del Taco. I'm just kidding.
Ew, yeah, no.
Ew.
No, you should have seen some of the stuff he was eating when I met him.
Oh. Hello.